좀 더 세부적인 데를 돌아다 보는 것 같아요. 저는. 네, 조금 생각보다 조금 시간이 오래 정차를 하고 있네요.
둘이 되는 거 같아. 아니, 셋이 닮은 인재처럼.
아, 저쪽 왼쪽 하늘에 지금 막 비가 오기 시작하면서 무지개가 떠 있고 이게 새가 날아다니는 모습이.
Well, that's a good sign.
비가 오기 시작하면서
Let's go see if there's a pot of gold out there.
무지개가 떴습니다.
I say let's go. Okay, all right. Right behind me, she said, me too, let's go. Here we go, everybody. Hold on. Leaving the tram station.
네, 출발합니다.
Welcome, everybody, to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. My name is Monica. We are going to go out there and find that pot of gold. We're going to hang out together for the next 30 minutes. As we leave the tram station, then we'll check
지금 앞에 타가지고 비가 다 올라오고
they don't lock. They just latch. So don't sit on them or lean on them throughout the tour because I don't want them to
아,
fall
이
open and
정도는
anybody fall out.
아주 돼요.
When we're moving, make sure you stay seated. Keep your arms and legs and feet and head, anything you'd like to stay attached to you inside the tram. And then I will be standing up. Oh my gosh, look at how bright that rainbow is.
요 오리다.
And
저 무지개.
it looks like it's right in the field. Okay, I think you guys should post that picture, somebody, and tag us at the safari park. 'Cause that is a beautiful picture.
무지개가 너무
Oh my
예뻐서.
gosh. And how bright, I don't think I've
굉장히
ever seen this bright. And you
무지개
can actually
색깔을
see that.
선명하게 볼
Look at
수가
that.
있어요.
Oh my goodness! Okay, I'm gonna pull up a little bit more so you guys can get that whole postcard picture. And look at the
아우,
giraffe
저건
running.
길이가.
Oh, so fun. The giraffe are hanging out under the rainbow.
무지개가 너무 굉장히 크게 썼어.
I know. Oh, look at the rhinos running too. Here's a southern white rhino. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a little bit. So you can get a little bit
보라색,
more.
파란색, 뭐 약간 분홍색 크게 이렇게 보여요.
You know, these
야생.
days, these times right here, where I really love my dog.
야생 기린.
What is that?
기린.
Oh my gosh. So how many of you folks, this is your first time here? We always have this.
한번 찍어주세요. 사진. 네이버.
But over here on the left-hand side, well, welcome. We're so glad you're here. What a great first experience. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how bright that is. So on the left-hand side, this is our East Africa field habitat. So we're a little different than other zoological facilities. We have these big, wide open field habitats where the animals can go anywhere that they'd like to go. At
저
any
난리
time.
났네,
So this
난리
one in
났어.
particular, look at the Thompson
저건
gazelle.
가젤 아니에요, 가젤.
So they have a lot of choice and control. They can go anywhere at any time. So we've got our giraffe out there that you can see, of course, the southern white rhinos. We've got Thompson's gazelle and some impala. The birds out there are called crowned cranes. We're going to see a few different crowned cranes as we drive around. But we are going to come back and see these animals all again when we come back to the tram station. So they'll all be in different spots, which is really cool. And right here in the other valley and see the rainbow. Okay, so if anybody drops anything anytime during the tram, I can't stop the tram and get anything for you, but if you keep track of where you dropped it, when we get back to the station, we'll send somebody out to come take a look. And I can come up where I'm at. But anyway, this is sort of Okay, so over here, coming up on the right-hand side, we'll see some greater flamingos, very easily recognizable feathered friends. So, yeah, and
오,
rain.
저거는 홍학 같다,
We have some
홍학.
surfers on board. A lot of fun pictures. So the
홍학.
greater
아, 비
flamingos are a
많이
little bit
오고 있어요.
lighter than other
많이
flamingos, not
오고.
because they eat less shrimp, but because their body stores less of the carotenoid that gives them that pink coloration, and that lighter color helps them blend in or camouflage on the edges of the saltwater marshes that they live in Africa. So the greater flamingos are a little bit bigger than other species of flamingos. That's why they have the greater in their name. And when they first hatch, all flamingos are gray in color, and then it takes up to 3 years for them to get their full pink plumage. Now, where we're headed right now on the tram, this part of the safari park, the only way that you can access this is on a vehicle. So we're so glad to have you on the tram. The last tram leaves today at 4:30, so a little bit after when we get back to the station. So if you do want to ride the tram again, you're more than welcome to be able to do that. As long as you're in line by 4:30, you'll be able to ride a tram. Now, the safari park, along with our sister facility, the San Diego Zoo, is what we call the two front doors to our parent organization, the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance. So, as the Alliance, we focus our conservation efforts on 8 different regions around the world. Those regions are called hubs, and so in each of those hubs, we focus on animals and plants and communities that are doing the work on the ground to protect those habitats and plants. So the African savanna is one of the focus of our conservation efforts. And we also have some other areas, the Southwestern Hub, the Hawaiian Islands, and also the Asian rainforest. So it looks like the rainbow is moving out here. Not quite as bright as the other side. But on the left-hand side, the pond here, this is the outer edge of our South Africa field habitat. So if you look past the pond down into the valley, that is where we're headed. So Dr. Charles Schroeder, he's the gentleman that had the vision and the concept for the safari park. So, oh, hi. You get $2 on the left-hand side. Oh, I know. Those are 2 beautiful
뿔 달린 사진이요.
boys.
뿔 달린 사진.
So they have antlers.
사진 찍어요.
Antlers are different than horns that we're going to see on the antelope out there. Antlers are solid and they fall off every year. Horns are forever. Oh, more. Here's another female on the other side of the little bush here. So you get another look at her. Hi. Look at, she's nice and still. Not moving. Where do they go? They just cruise around. They just cruise around and eat. They know when the last train goes.
여기 있네.
They go out the road.
뭐 이렇게 맛있게 잡수세요? 우리가 구경하는 게 아니라 우리를 구경하고 있는데.
He's the one that found this particular piece of land out here in the San Francisco Valley, and he recognized that we could use the natural topography here and create these field habitats. So if you look out there, we didn't do anything to the land to change it. We just put the walls up, and the animals are living in these natural valleys just like you would see them doing in Africa. And that's what Dr. Schroeder wanted guests to experience, is how amazing it is to see these animals in these wide open spaces. The other thing that was really important to Dr. Schroeder is that we were a breeding facility. So it took him about 10 years to convince everyone this is the way to go. So we finally opened up our doors on Mother's Day
반짝반짝
in
돼지.
1972. So we're going to be the big 5-0 next year, which is very exciting. I heard they're going to throw a party. Ooh, look on the right-hand side.
여기는 뭐 있을까?
Look at the zebra walking up there on the bridge. Can you see him up there?
아,
The Giraffe zebra. So on the right-hand side, this is one of our smaller field habitats. This one's only about 15 acres. The ones that we're going to be going around in the valley are like 30, 40, and 60. But yeah, the Giraffe zebra, that's our
풀 없는
female
데서
herd up there. There's 9
뭐 먹고
girls,
살까?
and then they had 5 foals
풀 없는 데서.
between them.
여기 필드
The most
자체가
Giraffe zebra that we've ever had in a single year. So that was really
아프리카라.
exciting. That was some good news for last year. The Giraffe zebra are a little bit larger than other subspecies of zebra and also more endangered. And there's ones that have to be right. So that's the female herd, and then we'll come back and we'll see the bachelor herd a little bit later on. But now that we're a little bit closer, kind of ground level to the field habitats, you're really going to be able to see how much space they have. So you can see the pond that we just drove around on the left-hand side, and then this dry, arid habitat. And then as we come out into this grass area, the animals can go anywhere out here that they want to go. And they're out here in these field
동물들이
habitats
살기에 또
24/7. So you'll see
조정되어
a lot of
있는
different
데가
feeders throughout the habitat that they get their food in. They're all get the same diet out here. They get Sudan hay, alfalfa hay, and alfalfa pellets. The these are sable antelope on the left-hand side. And the herd right now is really spread out. We've got a few down here, and then we also have some sable antelope all the way up at the top.
그런
And
것
there's
같아.
one little baby just left at the palm tree. Kind of funny. I know. They are cute, huh? Little baby. So because we are a breeding facility and the animals are out here in these field habitats 24/7, most of the births happen right out here on the field. Totally naturally and unassisted. And when we do get a newborn, what happens is the vet comes out and they do a well check. And then if the animal looks good, they go right back in with mom. And mom raises them just like
여기는
out in
기린.
their natural habitat.
기린 가족이 나와 있어.
So we're going to come see our giraffe right now. These are a little bit different subspecies than the giraffe that we saw a little bit earlier. These are called Maasai
물도
giraffes.
먹고.
Oh, one of the branches. They pulled one of the branches down. Hi.
오, 저거 다 하려고 그랬는데.
I was going to say, as you see this pepper tree, you'll notice, oh, look at this is just Sarah. She loves playing with their food. So
아유,
watch
저거
her.
뭐 이렇게 맛있게 잡숴.
So funny. So think about people chewing gum. This is what Jazeera does. He like just plays with
뭐 이렇게
that.
맛있게 잡숴요.
So the general rule for the giraffe and their tongue is for every foot they are tall, their tongue is an inch long. So their tongue can be anywhere from 12 to 18 inches long. So from the, basically the length of your forearm, and it's prehensile like your finger. So they curve around the branches and then rip off the leaves. And you'll see with Jazeera,
혀를 낼름낼름
it's kind of almost a black color. That actually helps protect their tongue from getting sunburned. Because usually when they're up and they're, getting the leaves out of the branches,
약 올리냐?
eating about 20 hours a day. So it'd be really hard to eat if your tongue was sunburned. But they have that adaptation.
그래서 너는 이렇게 못하지? 그러면서 막 혀를 날름날름
And then Kura, the little giraffe right to the right of her, she just turned a year old on November 3rd. And she was born right out here in the field. And when giraffes are born, they're 6 feet tall. And then they grow an inch a day for the first 30 days. But you can see the trees are all like the
아니
same
풀을
height.
먹지도
That's
않은
the
거 계속
handiwork.
이어가서
So the giraffe with their, of course, their
아, 목에 걸렸나 봐.
they can reach up and you'll see just how far they can reach by how low the trees go. So when you see those acacia trees in the pictures of the African savanna and they're all kind of an umbrella shape, that's actually all the handiwork of the giraffe. Because the acacia trees, if there weren't
여기도-
giraffe around,
여기도
they
기린
would
있어요.
grow a little bit differently. Look at this guy right here. Another one of our females right here, just chewing her cud. So giraffe, like cows, they're ruminants. So of course, ruminants take a lot of time eating and digesting. They swallow their food and then regurgitate it and then chew it some more and swallow it some more. So it makes them really efficient as far as getting all the nutrients out of the leaves and the grass that they eat, but it does take them quite a bit of time. And then this tall, dark, and handsome joining the party.
쳐다보는 거
His
봐.
name is
영
Gomez.
불편한
He's the
기색으로
male
쳐다보는.
Maasai giraffe. He's the tallest that we have here at the safari park. He stands
저게
above
뭐요?
the
그러면서
Isn't he handsome? I know.
뭐가 움직이는데 저거 먹는 게 아니오. 그래 왜 쳐다보는데?
Sometimes it's kind of fun. When you see the giraffe walking, they walk with both their left legs and then both their right legs at the same time. And it's called species. And giraffes are one of the few species of animals that do
걸으면
that
좋다.
naturally. Pretty cool. Well, I like that we got some fun stuff with them. A lot of times people ask us about the animals when it rains, and where do they go? They're just out here. We do have this barn we're going to pass that's really tall. They built it when we
저거는
opened
소다.
the safari park back in 1972, and
소리요,
it's tall so that the giraffe could go in there. Giraffes never go in there. They don't like it. There's a lookouts on the savannah, so they don't like anything that obstructs their view. You can see nobody really goes in there very much. Sometimes they do in the sun, but not
여기서
really. When
있어야
animals, when it
만들어
does
놓은
rain, they're just out here. They go into the trees or they lay down. It's like a little bit of a shower. They don't care about getting wet. Look at the Cape Buffalo. I know. Look at so the Cape Buffalo. You'll notice that they're a little bit darker than the other antelope that we've seen. That just their color
가이드가
alone is telling predators to back
그런
up.
상황에
So they're
대해서
about 3 times the
설명을
size of a lion,
잘
and they're
하고 있는 것
really,
같아요.
really tough. They're one of the most aggressive animals. There's like the two most dangerous animals in the African savanna are the Cape Buffalo. Well, I was going to say the savanna, but hippos are another one that's a really. A lot of times people think carnivores, but nope, not so much carnivores. But even with the Cape buffalo, just sometimes will give us.
가만히 있는 거에서 다 그냥 부동자세로 꼼짝 안 하고
And this
쳐다보는
is
거.
a female herd right out here with their babies.
가만히 있어.
All in the feeder. So basically, because it was raining a little bit earlier today, so most of the animals were just kind of hunkered down, and so now they're all up and moving, going to the feeders, getting all that food. I love it. It's so pretty out here after it rains too, because it's all the green grass, animals moving around. So we are going to be doing a big loop out here in the valley, so we will be able to see the animals over here on the other side too. As we make our way up the hill, if you look over on the right